Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the last Saturday in 2019. In a few days, we will be 2020. Welcome to all in the Dr. Sonia Hilton Live and to all the members in Millionaires Book Club. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And today we will continue to read What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Charles Helmestetter. You know, our life, whatever it has been in 2019 or years gone by, is all because of what we keep saying to ourselves. For a large part of our life, we created it by what we keep saying to ourselves. And this book I chose to read at this time of the year so that we can start really paying attention, be conscious of what we're saying to ourselves to change it. Because that's the only way change will occur. It's what you say to yourself. And we've talked about the subconscious mind, that whatever gets into the subconscious mind, that is what is expressed, and that is what your life is. Your life is just an expression of the beliefs in your subconscious mind. And what is a belief? It's a thought that you keep thinking. You keep saying the same thing, you keep thinking the same thing. That gets into your subconscious mind. That is your thought pattern deep down in your subconscious mind. Deep down in your mind, that's your thought pattern. And that thought pattern has to be expressed, because that thought pattern is going to attract everything that is in harmony with it. And it will be expressed, and this is what you experience as your life. So now, if you have thought patterns that are not serving you, understand that they can be changed. How do you know what thought patterns do you have? Well, look at the results in your life. Are your finances the way you want them to be? Do you always have a positive balance at the bank in your account? Do you, at the end of the month, have more month than money? You've run out of money, bills are not being paid, checks are bouncing. What is happening in your life financially? That all has to do with what you keep saying to yourself. When it comes to your health, what's your health like? It all has to do with what you keep saying to yourself. What's your relationship? It all has to do with what you keep saying to yourself, because whatever you keep saying to yourself forms a belief pattern that's in your subconscious mind. And yes, some of those beliefs were put there when you were less than 5 years old, and you have been acting on them since maybe you may be in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Doesn't matter. Whatever is in your subconscious mind, you can replace or put another program in, because whatever is there cannot come out. You just have to put something that's greater, that will replace the old pattern that you do not want. So, like I said, what we're reading is What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. So going into 2020, we will have different thought pattern, different things that we say to ourselves. And so we continue to the read. If we change our attitudes and our behavior just by changing our programming, then none of us have to continue struggling through life with our old negative programming, dragging us down or holding us back. If we can just learn to give specific, productive new direction to our own minds, then we have to change to make things work and keep working. So that is basically what he's saying here, that we have to change our programming to change what is happening in our lives. When I recognized that we could make a change in our lives by making a change in our programming, I saw for the first time a crack in the wall of the 148,000 negative doubts and destructive beliefs that each of us had built up in front of us. I began to believe that what was holding us back, defeating us, could itself be defeated. I began to realize that an exciting new future was about to become available to anyone who was standing behind the wall waiting to get through. You know, you have this wall that you just want what is on the other side. but you can never get what's on the other side with the old you, or the you who you are right now. Can only get what you have, and understand that whatever you are right now, that's what you are. That's the only thing you can get, because it's your belief that has given you everything that you have. So to have what's behind that wall, well, you have to change, and you change by changing what you say to yourself, because it's what you keep saying to yourself that is what is expressed. All right, so let's continue here. All of us talk to ourselves all of the time. Our self-talk may be in spoken words or in unspoken thoughts. And there's some people who believe because the scriptures say the word, they do not understand what the word means. The word in the scriptures does not mean the same as when we talk of a word. You know, we say something, or we write a word, or we say a word. That is not all that it means. It's the thoughts, it's the emotions, it's that idea. That's the word. Those are what we call words. So if a person didn't speak it, they figure they have not done any damage. Yes, you have. You thought it. And if you keep thinking it, remember, our thoughts go out all the time. So whatever you keep thinking goes out to other people. They pick it up. And so it's not only the spoken word, because of course you have people who can speak. So it's not the word. Don't think the word is something that you speak as we understand a word to be. A thought, a feeling, an idea. That's the word. Okay? All right. Okay, here we go. It can take the form of feelings, impressions, or even wordless physical response. The clutch in the stomach that comes when we are surprised or afraid, or the rush that comes with excitement or joy. These are what we call, what the scriptures refer to as a word. We are thinking machines that never shut down. From childhood on, we have been watching, listening to, sifting, sorting, analyzing, judging, cataloging, and storing everything that comes on around us. But we do not know that we are doing it. But the way our whole nervous system is set up, we are storing everything that our five senses come in contact with. Most of our self-talk is unconscious. We are not even aware of it. At times, our self-talk comes in feelings that can't quite be put into words. You know, you have that feeling that you cannot describe. Well, that is the word. It's going to create something. It's going to create something. At other times, it comes in little flashes, flickers of thoughts which never quite catch fire or grow bright enough or last long enough to become ideas, clearly thought out and understood. So sometimes we have little feelings that we don't act on. We have some thoughts that sort of by the way. We don't act on them. They don't sort of get into our subconscious mind to become a part of our life. Because whatever is in the subconscious mind is the life that we are experiencing. All of our thoughts, all of the pictures in our minds are always tied to something else that we already know about. If you're given a new thought or a new picture, one you have never thought about or imagined before, your brain will immediately find something else in your mind to tie the new information to give it sense, to help you understand. Every new thought you think has to have some old thoughts to stick to, a proper place to fit. When you're told something new, your brain will, in a fraction of a second, scan through literally millions of mental filing cabinets filled with every idea or thought or impression you have ever stored. In that same fraction of a second, based on the information already stored in your mental files, your brain will send you an instant telegram telling you how to feel about this new thought, where it should get fitted, and whether you should accept it, believe it, keep it, and use it, or disapprove, disbelieve, and throw it out. And this is there are times when they say opportunities come by all the time, and it is true. But because of what you have stored in your mind, in your subconscious mind, because you're not familiar with the thing, you throw it out. You're used to working a job, getting up every single day for the past 30 years, going to a job. And if someone comes up with an idea that, start doing something for yourself, join a group of people who are working together to create something each for themselves. You've never done that before, you throw it out. Why? You're not used to it. Not realizing that 30 years ago when you started working, you were not used to working either, and you had to learn. And so everything new that we take up to do, we have to learn how to do it. But because you've been doing the thing for so long, you forgot that you had learned it, which means really that you have not learned a lot during that time. Because if you're used to doing new things all the time, when something new comes up, it won't be a problem for you, because you will realize that, hey, I have to learn how to do this. But you have not learned anything for years and years and years and years. When the opportunity comes by, you will let it pass. Why? Because you're not used to it. Your brain is going to scan what's stored in your brain, in your subconscious mind, whichever way you want to look at it. And it's not going to find something that fits exactly, and you throw it out. No, that doesn't fit exactly. No, I'd rather go work overtime because I'm used to that. That fits exactly. But I will never go join with a group of people who are trying to do something. I'll never say get into affiliate marketing. I'll never go learn to sell products produced by someone else. I will never go into network marketing to sell products produced by someone else, because that's not what I know. I'd rather go work the overtime. And this is why opportunities come by all the time and people let them pass. And we have a word for people who pass over opportunities repeatedly. POOR means pass over opportunities repeatedly. Why? Because in their mind, they cannot find anything in their mind that fits exactly to the opportunity, not realizing that everything anyone does, they had to do it for the first time. All right, so it's just due to the thoughts that we keep thinking. The more you think about yourself in a certain way, the more you will think about yourself in that certain way. The more you think about anything in a certain way, the more you will believe that that is how it really is. The mind works that way because the brain always tries to tie any new thing you think to something you already believe. And so if you don't believe it, you're going to throw it out. Now, the longer that you keep thinking a thought, the truer the thought will become to you. And now it becomes a belief. And that is what is going to be manifested in your world. Anyway, so let's look at some of the things that we say to ourselves that are not necessarily serving us. Now, if everything you tell yourself about yourself becomes a directive to your subconscious mind, then anytime you make a statement about yourself that is negative, you are directing your subconscious mind to make you become the person you just described negatively. Here are just a few examples of frequently and negative self-talk. As you read them or as you listen to them, see if you know someone who says something similar, or if you have said something similar like any of these yourself. So I'm going to read a list, and it's a long, long list of things that we say to ourselves that are preventing us from being successful, that are preventing us from having financial freedom, that are preventing us from having time freedom, that are preventing us from having good health, having good relationships, just are preventing us from getting the things that we want. These are the things we say to ourselves that prevent it. We turn around and say, it is my boss, it is my husband, it is my wife, it is my children, it is the government, it is the president, it is the prime minister. No, it's you. And what's in your subconscious mind? Because the only thing that can be expressed is what's in your subconscious mind. That's the only thing that can be expressed. So you allow them to put it there, or you put it there yourself. Okay, so here are some of the things. I can't remember names. That's me. It's going to be another one of those days. It's just no use. I just know it won't work. Nothing ever goes right for me. That's just my luck. I'm so clumsy. I don't have the talent. I'm just not creative. Everything I eat goes right to my waist. Ooh. I can't seem to get organized. Today just isn't my day. I can never afford the thing I want. I already know I won't like it. No matter what I do, I can't seem to lose weight. I never have enough time. I just don't have the patience for that. That really makes me mad. Another Blue Monday. When will I ever learn? I get sick just thinking about it. Sometimes I just hate myself. I'm just no good. I'm too shy. I never know what to say. With my luck, I don't have a chance. I'd like to stop smoking, but I can't seem to quit. Things just aren't working out right for me. I don't have the energy I used to. I'm really out of shape. I never have any money left over at the end of the month. Why should I try? It's not going to work anyway. I've never been any good at that. My desk is always a mess. The only kind of luck I have is bad luck. I never win anything. I feel like I'm over the hill. Someone always beats me to it. Nobody likes me. I never get a break. It seems like I'm always broke. Everything I touch turns to bleep. Nobody wants to pay me what I'm worth. Sometimes I wish I've never been born. I'm just no good at math. I lose weight, but then I gain it right back again. I get so depressed. I just can't seem to get anything done. Nothing seems to go right for me. I'm just not a salesman. That's impossible. There's just no way. I always freeze up in front of a group. I'm nothing without my first cup of coffee in the morning. I just can't get with it today. I'll never get it right. I just can't take it anymore. I hate my job. I get a cold this time every year. I'm just not cut out for that. I'm really at the end of my rope. You can't trust anyone anymore. I just can't handle this. I never get to any place on time. I'm always been bad with words. I've always been bad with words. If only I were smarter. If only I were taller. If only I had more time. If only I had more money, and so on and so on and so on. I mean, just endless amounts of negative things. Endless amounts of negative things that we say to ourselves every day. And guess what? Our subconscious mind says yes to all of those negative statements and make sure it creates it in our life. And so none of those statements are statements that lead to success. None. And so if you're not successful now, you know why. It's what you keep saying to yourself. Your subconscious mind is going to make sure that you do the actions that will let these statements that you make become a part of your life to make them be true. And when you can't remember names, well, you keep saying you can't remember names. You never have any money. Well, you keep saying that. So the subconscious mind says, yes, well, you never have any money. And make sure that you never have any money. So whatever you keep saying to yourself, your subconscious mind makes sure that that happens. And that is why you're successful or you're not successful. That is why you're ill or you're healthy. It's what you keep saying to yourself. It's the emotions you have. Negative emotions always bring sickness. Everything in our life is based on what we say to ourselves, the emotions we have, the images that we have in our mind. And all of these start with our thoughts. All right, so those are the statements that you have to become conscious of, and for you to change them into statements that are positive. And it is really very easy, because with the law of polarity, everything has a positive pole, everything has a negative pole, everything is positive and it's also negative. So whatever it is that you used to say that is negative, you just turn it around. There's no way. There's always a way. I'll never get it right. I always get it right. You just can't trust anyone anymore. Everyone can be trusted. I just can't handle this. I can handle this. If only I were smarter. I am smart. If only I were taller. I am tall. Well, or stand up on a stool. If only I had more time. I always have time. If only I had more money. I always have money. So it is not difficult to turn the negative thoughts, the negative thought pattern into something positive. You just flip it around. But the rule of thumb is never say something to yourself, about yourself or about anyone else really, that you wouldn't want to happen in your life, because you're the one doing the thinking. So if you think negative things about your neighbor being anybody except yourself, then you're going to experience that. So if you say something positive about your neighbor, well, you're going to experience that too. You're going to experience something positive, because it's a vibration that goes along with what you're saying. And you're going to attract, your subconscious mind is going to attract to you similar vibrations. So, like I said, the rule of thumb, never say anything about yourself or about anyone else that you would not want to happen to you. And we will end it there. Next time we'll pick it up and into the various levels of self-talk. So until next time, this is Sonia. Have a fantastic day. Bye now.